4 All-Stars, 1 season of Drag Race UK and 11 seasons of Drag Race. When the finale of Drag Race Season 11 aired on May 30, 2 days before Pride Month, a sense of relief washed over me. It wasn't that the season was bad, it was fine, or that Evie Oddly, a genuine weirdo, didn't deserve to win, she did. But the show had begun to feel relentless, like serving gay penance. Many of my friends had either stopped watching or did so sporadically that the fervor of the early adopters was gone. More than ever, the show has felt like content. Drag was everything but what it was in the days of Paris is Burning. Drag Race has been heading this way since it moved from Gay for Gay network logo to a bigger channel which won in 2017. The philosophy ever since has been more is more. The episodes have grown longer, going from 45 minutes to 60 minutes, with less breathing room between seasons. Including the 4th season of All-Star, there have been 24 episodes of non-stop Drag Race since last December, and of course Drag Race UK. There are multiple after shows featuring judges and alumni dedicated to recapping the competition. This season there were 15 contestants, many of whom felt like clueless lambs. Moreover, there was pervasive narrative that they were not only competing for the crown, but introducing themselves to the market. RuPaul's Drag Race was no longer a TV show, it was an industry. RuPaul told the drag was antithesis of the mainstream. Quote, "Listen, what you're witnessing with drag is the most mainstream it will get, but it will never be mainstream because it was completely opposed to fitting in." 9 Emmys later, Drag Race can no longer claim outsider status. RuPaul now often appears on the talk shows, and the most successful queens from the series have their own makeup lines, TV shows, and fashion campaigns, while selling everything from Starbucks to vodka to McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. This has its benefits, of course. Mainstream consumer culture has gotten a little less straight, and of course, the money. Drag has become an open buffet for mass consumption. Queer slang is now used everywhere. Occur, Henny, and everything that legends, Trixie and Katya said on their show really. The market is shifting as well. Queens now sell their t-shirts at Hot Topic stores aimed at tweens, and DragCon has the vibe of family-friendly circus where Queen sells their merch rather than a place with edgy performance art. RuPaul himself liked to boast that the show has launched careers of so many drag queens, over 150 by the latest count, and it's genuinely affirming that the entire class of drag queens can now make a living of their art. But it's also created a monopoly. It is difficult to imagine a viable career path independent of the show. We're living in the post-tragic, post-camp, pro-filter era of drag that sits in its uncanny valley. To become a successful drag queen on the show requires adhering to certain principles, a budget, and an eye for high fashion, skill in performing tasks, stand culture, and social media, a broad sense of humor, telegenic timing, and the embrace of RuPaul's self-help gospel. Certain tricks are pro-form like death drop and other kind of acrobatics. You can't look messy, even though in some deep way messiness was a part of drag. During one episode, RuPaul told tearful contestant Plastique Tiara, who had trouble of being out with her family, that this was her new home. Urging her to show her emotions on the show felt more like an effort counter to the persistent narrative that RuPaul is indifferent to the contestants. When season 7 contestant Pearl told RuPaul how much she meant to them personally, she replied, "Nothing you say matters unless that camera is rolling." This year we had season 11, All Stars 4 and Drag Race UK. Once we had one season per year that we waited with anticipation, and somehow it was more special. We had more iconic looks, queens and performances that we have entire year to talk about until the next season. These days it all fits in certain formula and mass production of the queens. We barely can remember all of their names, we already have a new season coming. Nevertheless, drag will continue to evolve without RuPaul, and I suspect its evolution will require a return to the days when legendary Divine literally ate shit and introduced herself to San Francisco fans by throwing a mackerel at them. There was an audacity and willingness to append social conventions that are essential to the form of drag. In this sense, RuPaul was right when she said that drag resists conformity. Like queerness, it will elude, resist and throw middle finger to the people in power. He just might not be the one flicking them off anymore. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, follow me on my Instagram account and support our channel by becoming a patron on Patreon, and with a bunch of rewards help us creating together a great content with your favorite artists. Bye!